Well, hello everyone and welcome to the final day. It has been a very interesting day of action here in Bahrain. We've literally just seen quite an interesting development. Chantal Hawk has apparently had to stop out on track according to her dashboard in the garage. And it was an engine failure for Chantal Hawk. So another reliability issue for the Dork racing car. It's not been a very smooth day for everyone because Alex Moores and Matt Coombs have had mechanical failures as well. So, it's not been a smooth day for everyone. But it's little surprise that Alex Moores is fastest. And now we're actually seeing some really good pace from the Yanataroka. 0.6 of a second up on his nearest rival, Chantal Hawk. Alex Moores is. Will Buchan's currently third on a 26.769, ahead of Matt Coombs on a 27.055. Toby Jones is fifth, ahead of Jack Baldwin, Matthew Dewson, Lucas Quintanilla, Phoebe O'Connor, David Bland, Chloe Carter, Maxim Jagala, Harvey Williams, Louis Hyde, and Bex Howey. But this crucial running that all these drivers, here you're looking at Phoebe O'Connor, I've not seen much because the RTS had another incident this morning on that curb. The KSR tried to sort it out during the break, but there were still problems. Two cars, Lucas Quintanilla and Maxim Jagala, had incidents as a result of that curb. Obviously, they say it will be tested thoroughly and sorted out before the media day next week. So, obviously the media day next week, which takes place, where it was said to be the time when Chantal was going to be unveiling their car, but there are rumours that the KSR might ask them to unveil their livery before, maybe even as early as today, so they can do some stuff on the site. Matt Coombs had an issue on his car earlier. He had to stop out on track. And Matthew Dewson's had a gearbox failure, but he is still going around to get some data at times. He's going around for installation laps or in third gear. Just to get a bit of data. We've only got 5 cars out on track at the moment. In the remainder of the pre-season testing. Honestly, this pre-season has gone so quickly. And I can't believe it's only 2 weeks to go until the season opener. In fact, I can actually say this. This time in 2 weeks, we will know who has won the season opener in Melbourne. The season opener would have happened this time in 2 weeks. And it's because we are scheduled for an 11 o'clock start. And also, it's gonna be a very interesting season, I think this is. We've got Yanataroka. I mean, yes, they have looked very good today, but Toby Jones, who is driving the Coombs, which is arguably Yanataroka's closest challenger, is on the hard tyre at the moment, and he was on the mediums earlier, so whilst all the others were on the super softs and softs. So, not sure how far. We're obviously not going to find out till Melbourne, when everyone was going to be qualifying on the same tyres. But I think the gap has closed. Between Yanataroka's lead gap is smaller than it was towards the end of last year. Because of course, in every race, in every race that the Ionas Roca had no problems in qualifying, they comfortably locked out the front row. Apart where they didn't have any problems, they comfortably locked out the front row. I'm not sure that's going to be the case this year. Actually, need to turn the audio up a little bit. I have to go into this. Need to turn the sounds up a little bit. Of the cars. Apparently Matthew Tootin had to stop out on track. Let's just have a look at what actually just happened. Because he did just go green for a moment out on track. Have a look at what actually happened. I think he just pitted. Yeah, he just pitted. So of course, Mossad still wanting to get some data. We've got 9 cars still out on track, and they have ran in this second part without any problems. But we've got 23 minutes left of this session here at the Bahrain International Circuit. But it is definitely set. Looking at all of this, we are definitely set for an intriguing season. But who is going to take championship glory this year? That is the big question. But we are definitely, so many people looking forward to this new season, which obviously gets underway in a couple of weeks. But we've got 20 minutes left before the session comes to a close. But it's not been a smooth. Ionas Roca have proved that they haven't been bulletproof. They haven't had the most reliable of all the cars. They're not the most reliable car on the grid. They have stopped on most of the days. Had to stop the car on most days. Same with Dork as well. As Louis Hyde heads into the pits in his HWR. Of course, regarding streaming, come the first race, we will have the proper onboard cameras back, and we will have the proper on-screen graphics by the time practice gets underway. Just need to finalise them a little bit and get them merged with the mod and everything. Matthewson once again doing another installation lap on with his gearbox failure. As Tucson heads into the pits. And we've got 90 minutes left to go here in Bahrain. But once Shantana have unveiled their car, I will be also doing some polls with some questions such as which is the best looking car on the grid and stuff like that. Once Shantana have unveiled their car, their colour scheme. But we are set for as I've said many times, we are definitely set for a very interesting season. $18 minutes left to go. So far, with Toby Jones has been doing long runs. He's been out on track. He did a 34-lap run earlier, but he's been out on track for a while with the long runs that he's been doing in that Coom GP car. But of course, this year going into the season, when the season started, it's kind of like a similar feel to last year of F1, kind of like after the revolution, because 2015 was where all the big changes came in, with the change to R Factor 2 and everything. 2016, it's a game that they've been using now for a year and they know well now. And they know the characteristics of the game, and now they are just trying to make the most of what they've got. I think O'Connor's had a problem somewhere. No, yep, she has. It's not been a good week for RTS, has it? But still, she did more laps than she did throughout the whole of yesterday. Whoa, that's actually quite a spectacular brake failure for Phoebe O'Connor. Just hits the brakes and the car just gets away from her. I mean, this wasn't a crash due to one of the curb glitches, but she just hit the brakes and then the car just got away from her. RTS, I think, had a better day today in terms of pace, because they did show some pace in this second part. Gindana are having a good day. Baroness, I'd say similar pace to last year, to be honest. I think they should be around where they were, and they should be like getting points straight away, and as the top midfield team. Toby Jones really getting his cut using the dirt there. As Matthew Tewson heads into the pits after another installation that we've got 14 minutes left to go. And I think he's going on to the blue bit for some reason. Maybe it looked like he was about to stop the car on pit entrance there for a moment. But the car goes into its box. So you're looking at the Shantana of Harvey Williams. And of course today will mark the end of the pre-season testing. For this year, of course, we have the media day next week, but they're not really going to be testing proper versions of their cars. And they're doing it specifically for filming. For filming purposes. Chloe Carter just has gone into the pits, and she did enter without a problem, so no problem with the car. Toby Jones and Will Buchan heading into the pits as well, and they're clearly not having any problems going into the pits. We've only got 5 cars out there now with 12 minutes to go. We might see Buchan, Jones and Carter back out there again this session. I mean, Gandana did have one problem, but they've really shown to have some really good reliability, Gandana have. Even though they did have one stoppage, but that was towards the end of the session. So they look like they are going to end the pre-season period with the most mileage out of anyone. With the most mileage. Really good day for the Gandana team. They've had a good week this week. But we are definitely looking forward to an interesting season here this year. But who is going to take championship glory? That's the question. Ten minutes left to go. As Harvey Williams heads into the pits. Of course, Shantana will be in a different livery next week. As Harvey Williams heads into the pits. As Tewson once again just touring around with this gearbox problem his car's got. Here's David Bland in the Tove. Better day for them today, I'd say. They just don't seem to be suited to the Bahrain track though. As the chrome silver car goes round this section of the track. But we are. I know I've just kind of rambled for a little bit, but not really much to talk about, not really much going on track. We all started in Jerez for the pre-season bit. And then we're ending here today for pre-season in Bahrain. Chloe Carter's currently out on the track in her Lockheed. Currently on the medium tyre. There is Bex Howie, who's improved her time but not by much in that Speed Tech. But Gunata Roker are going to end on top of all 9 days that we've had of testing. Not been the greatest days for Cooper, but they've been focusing on longer runs today rather than pace. But CP, I think they're going to definitely be in for a better year than they had last year. As they're currently looking at the helicopter camera of the Speed Tech of Bex Howie. Which will be used in the races this year, the new helicopter camera for CRC. Bahrain is really a beautiful setting in this for this track. Right in between, in the desert, right in the middle of nowhere basically this track is. As Bex how he does head into the pit lane. Baldwin's into the pits, not sure why that is. Need to have a look. No problem with the car though. David Bland's in the pits as well. 4 minutes left to go here in Bahrain before everyone can go home and have a relax before they all reassemble in Bahrain on Sunday next week for the media day when basically the media and filming day where a lot of things will be filmed. And the teams have a chance to get footage of their cars. And also the KSR can get some footage as well. All 30 drivers will be going round on that day as well. With the 15 teams that will be taking part this year. As Jack Baldwin exits the pits. Two minutes left of running left here in Bahrain. It's been a very subdued day. Obviously everyone's closing off, wanting to get the running that they can. It's been a rather subdued day here in Bahrain. Not really like too much action has happened today, like a fairly quiet day. With a minute and 30 to go. Of the pre-season testing 2016. The teams have had 36 hours in total to prepare their cars. To test their cars. Well, most teams have. Lockheed and Shantana had 24. But 36 crucial hours of testing. And now they've got to put their car, pack the cars in a bag, ready for Melbourne. The actual version of their cars. And the clock is about to come to an end. Jack Baldwin, 27.264. I'm not sure if he actually improved his time there. Yeah, he did actually just improve his time just then, did Jack Baldwin, to 27.264. But the checkered flag has come out now. Here in Bahrain. to signify the end of the pre-season testing in what really has been an interesting month of testing. And that is it for the pre-season. All the cars will go into the pits now. And the final day ends with Alex Moores on top on a 1:26.052. Chantal Hawke ended up second on a 26.694. Will Buchan was third on a 26.769 ahead of Matt Coulson on 27.055. Toby Jones ended up fifth on a 1:27.187 ahead of Jack Warren to have a 20 on a 27.264. Matthew Tewson was seventh on the 27.461 ahead of Lucas Quincelia in eighth on a 27.943. Phoebe O'Connor was ninth on a 27.954 ahead of David Bland on a 28.001. Chloe Carter was 11th on a 28.173 ahead of Maxim Dugala on 28.327. Harvey Williams was 13th on a 28.543 ahead of Louis Hyde on a 29.995 and Bex Howie on a 130.174. Well, that is it for the pre-season, for pre-season testing. Of course, I will be wrapping up everything here on the stream, obviously seeing how many laps everyone has got and see who got the most laps out of anyone during the pre-season period. But that is it for pre-season testing. So, day 9 has ended with Alex Moores fastest on a 1:26.052 ahead of Chantal Hawke and Will Buchan. So, the pre-season testing period has indeed come to an end. We've had 9 days of testing, 3 in Jerez and 6 in Bahrain. And what an interesting period of testing we've had. With the 2-hour session. So, looking at who got the most mileage today, regards to Yanata Roca. They did 109 laps today, so they would have wanted more than that, to be honest. Masterforce managed 109 laps as well. They would have wanted more than that. Dork with more reliability issues. They managed 121 laps though, so more than the others, the teams in front. Gindana, once again, getting fantastic mileage in. They managed 137 laps today on the final day. In terms of Coombe GP, Toby Jones got a lot of laps in the fight on today. He did 148 laps today in his Coombe GP. Baranasso, they had a reasonable day, doing 138 laps. Mossert did have their running effectively curtailed, but he did do some installation laps, did Matthew Tewson. He did 114 laps today in that Mossert. Not a very good day for RTS. Phoebe only managed 8 laps in the morning when she came across the glitch. But managed 52 in the afternoon, so did manage 60 laps today, did Phoebe O'Connor. David Bland in the Tove. Tove showing they have reasonable reliability. They did 129 laps today. Shantana had a reasonable day as well. They did 139 laps, did Shantana. CGP had a curtailed day towards the beginning of the second session. They only managed 84 laps today. Locky had a decent day. They managed 144 laps. Speedtech had an okay day, not their best, because they were behind HWR, but probably different tyres is the explanation for that. They did 139 laps. HWR didn't have a great day. They did 130 laps. DMAD had his running curtailed, their running curtailed towards the end of the first part, the end, right at the beginning of the second part, and they did 71 laps today. So in terms of the mileage, it's Gindana who got the most mileage out of everyone this pre-season. They did 1,308 laps, did Gindana, ahead of Tove, who did 1,280. Coomty Pete did 1,263 laps, who were in third, ahead of Masterforce, who did 1,262 laps. HWR did 1,253 laps, ahead of CGP, who did 1,222 laps. Baronesso did 1,213 laps this pre-season, ahead of Speedtech on 1,177. Mossett were 9th on 1,171. Yanatharoka only 10th on 1,161, ahead of Dork, only 11th on 1,121 laps. DMAD did 991 laps, so very disappointing for them. RDS did 975 laps, so disappointing for them as well. Shantana did 828 laps, with Lucky, who did the least out of everyone, 819. Obviously, Shantana and Lucky were late to the party. That is it from pre-season testing. Be sure to join us on Sunday next week for a preview stream that will take place. Not sure what time yet, but it will take place in the evening. Hopefully I'll have some guests in there, like James and people like that in there. We will be doing a preview stream to preview the upcoming season. And then we've got the details that we currently have for the season opener. The details that we have for the season opener, which takes place in 2 weeks' time. Of course, we might do a preview stream on the 9th of November, on the 9th of March. Don't know why I was saying November. But Thursday we get underway. Proceedings get underway on Thursday with practice to at 2:30 GMT. And then we get underway. Then we have the Friday session at 4:30 GMT on Friday. And then it's an early start on Saturday. We have the practice 3 on at 8 in the morning. And then qualifying gets underway at 11. We're not sure how much build-up we're going to have to the race. But on the Sunday, the 13th of March, we are scheduled for an 11 o'clock race start for the season opener. Thank you very much for watching the testing stream. And we'll see you next week for the preview stream. And if you're not tuned in for the preview stream, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for the season opener. Goodbye.